What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Ned Mack for DFS Stats and Facts. I'm on the run today. I'm also in the kitchen. Football playoff games, and my Sixers are tired. Tough loss last night, but I'm gonna get into these Week 10 picks for this week and sort of talk about the Thursday night game. Apologize for the tardies here. It is Saturday now, but hey, we still gonna get it going. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Follow our Instagram at DFS underscore Stats and Facts and Facebook as well. No Twitter, don't need it right now. But yeah, man, obvious stars in charge for me last week. I had Deshaun Watson. He's on a bye this week, so I'm not going to talk too much about him. I'm going to focus on the players that are actually going to be playing. Quarterback-wise, my eyes are really on Patrick Mahomes this week because he is coming back. I want to see what he does. I'm going to be really all over the place today because I am definitely on the run right now. But yeah, another star in charge for me would be Russell Wilson. He's at 6'5" this week. 42.2 fantasy last week, 375 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions, and a very great and long game with Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. It was crazy, but they pulled it off, and now they're going against the undefeated 49ers this week. We're going to see what happens. Elite sleeps. Can't believe I'm about to say this, but Cole Beasley at 4,100. Look, 3 weeks in a row with a touchdown. Got to throw him on here. Cole Beasley's been getting it now. They're starting to use him. How I feel like he should have been used since the trade from Dallas, so I don't know what's going on. But Jack Doyle's another guy, 3,600. 1 touchdown last week. 3 to 4 targets from week to week. Not too much, but he is getting, at least they're starting to play with him because, honestly, they wasn't even doing anything with him. So I think he is a sleeper for this week. And another big sleeper who has been balling out from years and years and years is Kyle Rudolph. 3,400 now. He had 3 receptions, 23 yards, and 1 touchdown last week. Look, with Thielen still down, he's, what's his name? Cousins is definitely going to be throwing the ball to either Diggs, Rudolph. This is my opinion. The other young boy, Johnson kid, he's pretty good. But Kyle Rudolph is definitely going to be that security blanket for them. So look out for him. Jumping right into the defenses wins chips too. I got to throw the Ravens defense on here, especially what they did last week. 4,000. They're going up against the Bengals, who's 27th against when it comes to these defenses. So Ravens defense all the way for sure. Also the Bengals are last in rushing and total yards a game. So that should be really easy for the Ravens. However, the Bengals have been fighting, or at least putting up fight in the beginning. So you don't know what's going to happen, but I think the Ravens defense is just going to have a field day with them. Yeah, shout out to Mag. He's not here today, but yeah, that's the squad. Also, real quick though, the Thursday night game, we were calling winners and losers there. I believe the Mag picked the Chargers because he was big on Phillip Rivers that night. And I was big on Hunter Renfrow. And he should have scored, could have scored, but I think he was overthrown in the end zone. But the Raiders did end up winning that game. It was actually a really good game. I watched that whole thing. But anyway, right back to it. We're going to go to badass kickers because we had a couple of them. Suck up for the Titans. Jason Sanders was out there missing. Ficken missed one, made one. Adam Vinatieri missed, I think, a couple now. Adam Vinatieri's been having a very tough season thus far. Jake Elliott missed one. Bucker has to be the first kicker to jump in the crowd that I've seen. And it was well worth it, man. You saw that game last week with the Chiefs. I was proud of him. I had Bucker on my fantasy team a couple times already now. I thought it was amazing. Field goal kicker jumping in the crowd. Awesome. Jumping into bums to stay away from. His name is Sam Darnold. By now, you should know not to pick this guy. They're playing the Jets. They're playing the Giants this week. So you got the whole Jets-Giants, who's the home team thing going on. But yeah, Sam Darnold, staying away from him. He had 260 last week, 1 touchdown, but he also had a pick. Daniel Jones, another guy, same game. I'm staying away from him too. 14-8, just not good numbers for quarterback fantasy-wise. They might be talented or whatever, but I don't know. Even that suspect too this year, especially with Sam Darnold, just not impressed. Jumping into running backs, running-ish, we had Ingram last week at 7,100 this week. But yeah, he had 2 receptions for 29 yards, 15 attempts, 115 yards. Did he score? I'm not sure if he scored. You might want to quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Adrian Peterson, though, another running back that stood out for me last week. I was very proud of him because he was looking like he never got old. But he is older, but he's still out there getting it. 18 attempts, 108 yards. And now they're even talking he may start with their rookie coming back, Geis. And they're like, look, we don't care about Geis. We got a veteran, Adrian Peterson. We might start him. So that would be pretty awesome. Also, another guy who's on a bye week, but I'll bring him up anyway, Carlos Hyde. He had 19 attempts, 160 yards. Derrick Henry stood up for the Titans last week as well. 13 attempts, 63 yards. And he had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. 36 yards of receiving with 3 catches. Now, real quick before I forget, got to throw out these Week 10 injuries. Lamar Jackson was dealing with some illness. He's probably going to play, though. You already know by now. If you don't, Patrick Mahomes is playing. Matt Stafford was limited. That was back on Thursday, so I don't know where he's going to be at now, but I'm just going to say he more than likely might play, especially of the magnitude of their record right now and the way that they've been playing. Matt Ryan, he has an ankle injury. He's limited, but he's probably going to play. Jacoby Brissett, don't know about him. He was also limited. Along with Christian McCaffrey, who's been doing everything for the Panthers this year. James Conner is probably not playing. Yeah, he's not playing. So stopping right there, I'm going to go into my DFS over and under real fast because I believe in this guy Samuels at 6,300 because you already know Connor now. He is not playing. He had 8 attempts, 10 yards, 13 receptions, 73 yards, decent fantasy points. But my thing is this. If Connor's not in and Connor doesn't play, which he probably isn't, definitely want to pick up Samuels, put him somewhere on your lineup. You got Alvin Kamara at 8,200. It's another higher guy, but look, he's definitely going to give you that value coming back from his injury. And look, Drew Brees is back now, so I feel like he always plays better with Drew Brees. And look, it's Alvin Kamara, bro. I need him to turn up on the Money League team for me, myself. But anyway, David Montgomery just last week had 22-6, 14 attempts, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like where he was headed. 3 receptions, 36 yards as well. And he is at 5,300 on Draftkings. And another sleeper pick, not sleeper pick, but DFS value under for me would have to be Damian Williams. 12 attempts, 125 yards and a touchdown. He's only 4,900 this week. 4,900. Anyway, moving right along, wide receivers wilding. We had a bunch of them. Preston Williams, not even talking about this guy because he's not even going to play now. He's out on injury. But Marvin Jones, got to bring up him. 8 receptions, 126 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill is 7-7 this week. He had 6 receptions, 140 yards and 1 touchdown. And his starting quarterback is coming back this week. Michael Evans, another guy, 7,600, 12 receptions, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. And honestly, Jameis Winston might not be winning like that, but fantasy-wise, he's not doing that bad. So I would keep him in mind as well as the boy Goodwin, who's been balling all year too, wide receiver-wise, if you need a guy. Bang! The new addition to DFS Stats and Facts football would be tight ends on the turn-up. We had Brandon Fells balling out last week. Nick Fant, or the boy Fant, I don't know if his first name is Nick. I don't want to be wrong on that, but look, he had 3 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. And the boy Hollister, if you need a tight end, he's only 3-3 on DraftKings, but if you need a tight end, he might be on your waiver wire as well. 4 receptions, 37 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Bye week backstabbers, we got about 6 of them. Broncos, Texans, Jaguars, Patriots, Eagles, Redskins. Don't pick up none of those players. None of them. Not even Adrian Peterson, who I talked about earlier. He's also on the bye week. But he was going off last week, so I had to bring him up. I think that's just about it. Went over the stars in charge. We did the injuries. I want to make sure y'all got everything. Did the value. Bombs to stay away from. I think I named a couple. I think I got a couple more, though. You should already know about Mitchell Trubisky. Don't do it. However, they have been using Cohen more. And I know he was on bums to stay away from a couple times this year. But if they're going to use him more, man, I don't know. You might have to pick him up. But also, real quick, that's what I almost forgot, but did not forget. Rookies on the rise. Man, Devin Singletary last week, 20 attempts, 95 yards. And I think he had, don't quote me, I think it was 1 touchdown or 2 touchdowns. Can't even read my own writing right now. But he did have 3 receptions on top of that for 45 yards. Keep the name A.J. Brown in your mind, especially if you need like a wide receiver that's getting love. Tannehill is doing his thing. He's one of like my honorable not mentions, but Tannehill has been doing it for the Titans. I even call him Tannehill Titans right now because he's been doing it. Tough task this week with Patrick Mahomes coming back for the Chiefs, but we'll see what he does there against the Chiefs defense, because the defense might turn up just because this ball is coming back. But anyway, I'm going to jump to the picks for Week 10 because we got to get to these playoff games for the RV Patriots turn up. But anyway, I'll start with the Cardinals Buccaneers. And they're called the Buccaneers for a reason because they do have shootouts, but man, this is a tough one because they actually both need a win. You know what? No. I'm going to go Buccaneers on this one. Ronald Jones Jr. is now the starter, okay, in the backfield, like finally. They're saying O.J. Howard might have a game, but they're also saying Christian Kirk might have a game. But I'm going to go Buccaneers because, honestly, they need to win just as bad as Arizona does. Next, I'll go Browns and Bills. And I'm just really not a fan of the Browns this year. And the Bills, honestly, is a stronger team. And they came off a tough week last week. Did they win last week? Yeah, I don't even know if they won last week right now. But the Bills are right behind the Patriots, and they're in the AFC North? No, I'm sorry. I'm Russian. AFC AFC East. But yeah, the Bills, I think the Bills are going to do fine against the Browns because the Browns are just not doing anything this year. And as we stated before, and now a lot of people on TV are starting to say it, but I've been saying it all year, the Browns only been leading the league in commercials. Ravens, Bengals, come on now. Going Ravens. Lamar Jackson is just doing it, and doing it well. Stop it. Bears and Lions, I'm going to have to go with... I'll go with the Lions, man. If Matt Stafford plays, yeah, I hope he plays. Because if he doesn't play, the Bears are going to go right through that. Just talked about this game, so I'll pick it now. Titans and Chiefs. I'll go Chiefs, man. Patrick Mahomes coming back, nah. And shout out to Matt Moore, too, because I feel like he really held it down why Patrick Mahomes is gone. Because I'm pretty sure they didn't lose while he was gone. So shout out to Matt Moore, man, because they were sleeping on him. And he put up good fantasy value if you were really that risky guy. Saints, Falcons. I'm going Saints. Alvin Kamara is back. Hello. And so is Drew Brees. Talked about that earlier. And I just don't like how the Falcons offense takes too long to get it off, and then sometimes don't get anything off at all. And their defense is just terrible. Jets and Giants. Jersey game. Nah, man. Sorry, Robbie Anderson, but I'm going to go with Giants. Saying the Giants, man. Daniel Jones needs to pick it up, though. He had like the first couple good weeks. Remember, he played the Buccaneers as his little debut, and he did his thing. Had the 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving, throwing touchdowns or whatever. But look, all that's water under the bridge now. Weeks later, you're looking a little average. So, got to turn up for the Giants. I don't really care personally, but yeah. Dolphins and Colts. I'm going to have to go with the Colts. But I think that's going to be a good game, especially if Jacoby Brissett does not play. Some crazy things could happen there because they were happening last week. But Seahawks and Niners, that's probably my game of the week this week. I really like that game. I'm going to see what's happening there. But you have Seattle against the undefeated 49ers, and this is going to be their first meeting. And honestly, I think they're going to split games, meaning that Seattle's going to get a win and the Niners are going to get a win. But when it comes to tomorrow, I'm going Niners. Seattle had a great win last week, but 49ers, I just think they have the recipe still right now. Seattle might, take this L and then catch them the next game or something like that, but I don't know. Tomorrow, I think the Niners are just real hot right now. Cowboys, Vikings. Thielen is out. Dalvin Cook is hot. Cowboys suck, so I'm going to go with the Vikings. Still going with the Vikings, man. Stephon Diggs, again, Cal Rudolph, another weapon I was talking about. And I think the defenses are really going to show out in that game, though. Cowboys defense didn't do that bad, but they did let up a lot of points as well. So I know that was probably nerve-wracking if you had the Cowboys defense in, because they were doing hot, but they kept letting them score too, so it was really annoying. So yeah, I'll go to Vikings on that one. Steelers and Rams. I just think the Rams have too many weapons right now. Still, as stated before by Mag and myself, they do need to give Todd Gurley the ball more, though. I just think so. But Brandon Cooks is also down. That was another injury. But yeah, Brandon Cooks is down, so look out for Cooper Kupp, man. But yeah, I'll go Rams on that one because I have Cooper Kupp on another team. But yeah, last but not least, we have the Packers and the Panthers. Man, huge Christian McCaffrey fan. Interested to see what they do with Cam. But I'm going to have to go Packers here. I'm going to have to go Packers. His name is Aaron Rodgers. And also his name is Aaron Jones. Devontae Adams is back, and he didn't have a game yet, so he possibly could have one tomorrow. Or is that the Monday night game? I don't even know right now. But, yo, that's my picks for this week, man. It's your boy, Ned Mac. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the double taps, the subscribers. Please tap that bell. We will be on here. We're shooting for Wednesdays and Fridays when it comes to NFL. As stated before, I am going to be touching into MMA soon, as well as the NBA, but the NBA will happen later on in the NFL season because it's just a lot, and, you know, I got life and bills just like y'all. I love y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. This will be posted on Saturday, hopefully to help y'all for Sunday and Monday. Peace.